16 years ago, the Tectonic Theater brought to light the life of the people of Laramie, Wyoming, a year after the death of Matthew Shepard. Here's a behind-the-scenes look at UMSL's take of the production, the Laramie Project.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline Thompson. I'm the Assistant Professor of Theater here at UMSL. So in 1998, Matthew Shepard was murdered, and there is a theater company in New York called the Tectonic Theater Company. Moises Kaufman was the artistic director at that time, and he got the idea to go into Laramie, interview the town, interview just everybody in the town to get their reaction to the incident. I think he also wanted to get a feel for the town, and from that he took over 200 interviews, and out of that the Laramie Project was developed. It was a very interesting journey for the project. It was a little daunting at first because I wanted to make sure that we held the integrity of the piece, the integrity of Matthew Shepard's legacy, also the integrity of the Tectonic Theater Company who comprised the interviews to create the piece. So it was a lot of responsibility and accountability from me as a director to do my research, and as well as the cast to really take it seriously and to make sure that we did an effective job conveying the message. My personal vision as an artist and a director, as I always say, I like to do theater for power, theater for change, and a theater for healing. And I believe this piece hits on those things. It challenges viewers to kind of take a look, an introspective look into their own views about rights, and it provides healing for that town because all of their opinions and just the feel and the morale and what Laramie represents is in this show. Last year was my first year at the university. I directed In the Blood by Susan Lori Parks. There was a 4x10 festival that I directed as well. And this year I did For Color Girls. For me, the beauty of art and theater in general is that we can take these tragic instances and these tragic experiences, and theater and art has a way of making it beautiful and making it in a way that is profound for audience members. They come in, and if it's done effectively, they leave out different than when they came in.
I thought the show was incredibly well done. I've never seen the play before, and I thought it was very powerfully written, and it just helps a lot of people open people's eyes to, unfortunately, the beliefs of some individuals, and hopefully it will enable people to see everyone and respect everyone's differences.
The actors went through a great deal of research and time and commitment, and I believe it was really hard for them because as these actors, and a lot of these actors I had were not theater majors, only 2 were theater majors. So for the other people, some of them, it was their first play, and for it to be your first play and you're playing like 8 to 10 characters and you're having to shift those characters very quickly on stage, that's a lot of work. So it was a lot of character work, a lot of voice work, a lot of physical, morphing physicalities very quickly. So it was really good for them to really see the people think of theater, oh, it's fun, that's an easy degree, oh, whatever, but people miss the hard work that really comes with, number 1, being open and vulnerable on stage, number 2, doing the work of memorizing and finding the truth in the character, seeing where that character lives inside you and being believable, and just really committing to it, A lot of people say, oh, well, I can act because when I'm on stage, I'm someone different. But my philosophy on acting is that you find where that character lives inside you, so you're out there as well. As far as rehearsal, we rehearse Monday through Thursday, 6 to 10, Saturdays from 10 to 2, and that's up for about a month. A lot of this process, though, for actors and anyone that wants to audition for the department, do any shows, a lot of it is done by themselves, like really, figuring out like what choices to make and doing their own research and things like that. So the actors that really were dedicated to that, you can see that on stage. You can tell the ones that really took it seriously and that were very passionate about telling the story. But it's a lot of work, outside of rehearsal as well. I think some nights we would leave kind of heavy, feeling heavy or feeling burdened. So it's been heavy because of the character. This is very much so an actor-driven play. They're switching characters just like that. They're moving set pieces on and off quickly. Their quick changes are crazy. So the process, fun. I wouldn't even say fun. Just to be honest, I wouldn't say fun, but it's been I think it's been rewarding, particularly for people that want to go into this field, because it shows them that acting is fun in performance mode. Like when you're living on stage and you get that feedback from the audience, that's when it's fun. But the work up to it, yeah, sometimes it's fun and other times it's really, really hard work. And I believe these actors really, really had hard work. They had to put in some hard work. You know, I don't want to like impose like a view of how I want them to feel. If anything, I can just say that I want them to remember that this happened, remember that this is still happening, remembering that, and to acknowledge the fact that his life was not in vain from this. Other things have trickled down, you know, from this incident, and it's given more light to the issue. So I don't necessarily have one way I want them to feel. I just want them to honor his life and remember that it happened, I think. From the research I've done, it seems that he was very confident in who he was and very confident and grounded in his sexuality. And I think if anything, I would say keep going, like keep believing and standing on who you are and not being ashamed of who you are and not compromising your individuality for anybody. I think I would just encourage him on the path that he was on to be himself and to live the life that he wanted to live freely.